Hello, everybody. Chris with Night of Living Card Games back again for some Arkham Horror, Chapter 2 card game. Today, I am running through the Children of Blood, which is the new small campaign expansion for Chapter 2 of the card game. Officially, this doesn't release, I believe, until next Friday. But they were doing early release at Gen Con, and I picked up a box, so it is time to run through this. So I am running through with a Tommy Muldoon deck, a standalone Chapter 2 Investigator deck. Not the pre-con, my own little take on it. Hopefully I have enough Clue Tech in there because he's Guardian only. I randomly drew my weakness, and it is the Nameless Lurker. So that should be interesting. Shuffle that into my deck here real quick. As you can see, to start with, it is a kind of a hefty map there. We've got, 8 locations on the board. We're starting up here at Water Street. All right, so let's read us some prologue, shall we? The cold autumn wind blows through the streets of the city of Arkham, the cobblestones wet from the rainstorm earlier that day. The sky has since cleared, and overhead a field of stars is watched by a full moon. It is under the yellow glow of the streetlights that you have made your way to Arkham's waterfront district, formerly known as Rivertown, before the Miskatonic burst its banks some months ago. Grim paranoia has gripped the waterfront district. In the wake of a series of murders and disappearances, the working-class residents in the area are afraid to go out at night. They go to work at the river docks, the train yards, or the New Horizons meatpacking facility, then rush home before darkness overtakes the city. Pedestrians look over their shoulders and hurry past dark alleys. Something is hunting the people of the district. With Detective Reynolds of the Arkham PD, you've been working to get to the bottom of what's going on, and there have been precious few leads. That is, until tonight. You've been called to the waterfront district by a concerned citizen. Christopher Stern has invited you to his home on Water Street with the promise of more information in exchange for help in a personal matter. Mr. Stern's promises of information and requests for assistance end up being one and the same. With painful effort, he recounts how his wife, Julia, is an employee at the New Horizons facility. She had been taking longer and longer shifts, such that she began leaving for work before the sun came up and returning home after it had gone down. Over time, she grew cold and distant, eventually sleeping in a separate room and, in Christopher's words, hiding herself from him. He found her in the alleyway behind their home 3 days ago. In the light of the waxing moon, he saw the woman who used to be his wife crouched over the corpse of their neighbor. She was feeding on the body, greedily drinking the man's blood. When he called her name, she fled into the shadows. Christopher followed, but quickly lost track. She moved with such inhuman swiftness that all sign of her was lost. What's worse, when he returned to the alleyway, the neighbor's body was nowhere to be found. Mr. Stern spent the next couple of days searching feverishly for any sign of his wife. Despite what he witnessed, he seemed to resist the notion that she has changed into some kind of monster. Now, however, with more and more stories circulating the district each night, he knew something had to be done. All right. If you're playing with hard or export difficulty, you begin with 5 bonus experience, and you can upgrade your deck before starting. All right, so proceed to scenario 1, River of Blood. Whatever you have to do to stop her, just stop that thing, Christopher says to you as you prepare to set out in search of Julia. Just do it. You spend the night searching frantically through the waterfront district, but are unable to locate anything conclusive. You retire for a restless night and hope to have better luck in the morning. So then we get the setup instructions. So I've got the places, I've got the encounter deck all set up. Because we're playing on easier standard, you put the dawn locations in play. If you're playing on hard or expert, there are dusk locations you put into play. Each investigator begins play at Water Street, and then you spawn 1 waterfront civilian enemy at Main Street. Oops. So looking over here, Water Street civilian is a 1/1/1. They are aloof and doomed, and then spawn any empty Arkham location. And then it has a parlay test. Will Is that 2 or 3? My eyes are getting bad. There we go. Will 2. If you succeed, set this enemy aside out of play. So not even discard him. He just goes away. And doomed, I believe, is doomed is a new keyword in this that when they are defeated, they put a doom on the agenda. Let me verify that real quick. Should have looked that up beforehand, but that's okay. So, doomed. Just so I have it correct. Doomed. When an enemy with the doomed keyword is defeated, either by an investigator or a scenario effect, place 1 doom on the current agenda, and it can cause the current agenda to advance. An effect that discards an enemy is not considered a defeat and doesn't trigger the doomed keyword. All right. So we got that one set up. All right. And then we gather up. So there are 3 different copies of Julia Stern. I'll just put this one down. So there is a On the Run, Stalking the Streets, and Preying upon Arkham. If you're on easy, you do On the Run. If you're on standard, you do Stalking the Streets, which I have here. And then if you're a hard or expert, you do Preying upon Arkham. So as you can see, Julia Stern is a 4/8/4 enemy that deals 1 damage, 1 horror. She is elusive and patrols to the nearest civilian enemy. She has Predator and Retaliate. Predator is again a new keyword if she moves into a location with a civilian. If she is unengaged and ready, after she moves but before the enemy attack phase, deals 1 damage to a civilian. Right, and she gets +1 per investigator health, so she has a 9 health. Since I'm doing this solo, and when damage would be dealt to Julia Stern, remove 1 snare from her. If you cannot, reduce that damage to 0. All right, so we've got her. We set aside the appropriate cards. And so it says to shuffle the top 2 cards of the encounter deck together with the set aside Julia Stern enemy and place one of these cards face down at random beneath each lair location. So there's a lair location here, which is the waterfront warehouse. There's a lair location down here, the back alley. And the third lair location is the unvisited aisle. So right now, all these are connected, but at the moment, unvisited aisle is not connected to anything. All right. So that's 1. Put this one here for 2. And then this one over here for 3. Okay, we are ready to begin. So why don't I read us some act and agenda. Agenda 1A, the first day. Julia Stern is hiding somewhere in the waterfront district. You'll need to look around and see if you can find the monster's lair before she emerges to kill again. Forced. When the enemy phase ends, if Julia Stern is at a lair location, flip her face down, discarding all tokens and attachments on her, and place her beneath that location along with the top card of the encounter deck. Otherwise, if Julia Stern is ready, she moves once towards the nearest lair location. Right? Act 1A, locate the lair. The creature has gone into hiding. You'll need to find her lair and draw it out. Action. The investigators at the same lair location spend 2 clues as a group. 1 at a time, draw each face-down encounter card beneath your location. If you draw Julia Stern this way, place 1 resource from the token pool on her as a snare. Objective, when Julia Stern enters play, immediately advance. There is a 4 doom threshold and no clue threshold. So, all right, let's do our opening hand first. So we got a flashlight, a police dog, emergency cash, 1911, and a perception. That's actually a brilliant opening hand, and I think I'm going to keep it. All right, so looking at Water Street here. It is an Arkham location at dawn. A line of quiet houses run along Water Street, overlooking the Miskatonic River. Lights are on, and people walk the streets, unaware of the danger lurking in the shadows. Right, so revealed. It is 2 Shroud. 1 clue, and it has an action. You go looking for help, search the top 9 cards of your deck for an ally asset, and add it to your hand. Then shuffle your deck, limit once per turn. All right, so we got 1 clue on here. All right, well, I think I just need to do a setup turn here because it is going to be what it's going to be. So, first action, we're going to play emergency cash to get 3 resources. Then we're going to get ourselves a police dog. So police dog, again, new cards here, is 3-cost ally, 1 health, 1 sanity, has a fast trigger. During an attack or investigation at your location, exhaust police dog. The performing investigator gets a +1 skill for this test. So that's going to be really handy. That is 3. Third action, we're going to get our 1911 down. That is another 3. 1911 is the new 45. 4 ammo. Action, spend 1 ammo to fight. You get +1 fight and deal +1 damage. So pretty much the same, a little cheaper though. All right, so that was emergency cash, police dog, M1911. I am done. Right, enemies, there aren't any. There's 1 enemy, but he is aloof, and he just sticks around there. So upkeep, draw a card, I get a vicious blow, gain another resource up to 3. All right, Doom. We are at 4, or 1 of 4, and we get our encounter card. It is Grisly Compulsion, test willpower 2. This test gets +1 difficulty for each blood token sealed on your investigator. If you fail, deal 2 damage to an investigator or ally asset at your location. All right, well, test will 2. I'm a will 3, so I'm only a +1. I don't really have any juice for this, so we're just going to try it here. -1, so I succeed. Perfect. All right, so my turn. I think we are going to spend 1 to get our handcrake flashlight out. And then action 2, we are going to use the investigate action, which, again, looking at chapter 2 cards. So handcrake flashlight, similar to the other flashlight, but no charges on it. Action, investigate, you get +1 for this test. And then if you succeed, you can discard it, and it gets -1 shroud for the rest of the round. All right, so that is both my hand slots full. So we will, action 2 will investigate here, so I'll be a +1, so I'm a 4 versus a 2. +1, I succeed. So I grab this clue. And then third action, I think I'm going to come over to the waterfront warehouse. All right, the waterfront warehouse lines the Miskatonic River, and they see all kinds of activity. During the day, workers bustle around earning their wages before the sun sets. After nightfall, strange sounds can be heard from within the darkened buildings. All right, it is a 5 shroud, 1 clue, and then if there are no clues on it, and no face-down encounter cards under it, add 1 blood token to the chaos bag. Okay. You set fire to the warehouse. Each investigator and enemy at this location moves to a connecting location, and then add waterfront warehouse to the victory display. Interesting. So if you get all the clues on it and there's nothing underneath it, you burn it down so Julia can't go back there. But 5 shroud. Ouch. That's going to be rough. All right, so that was play handcrake flashlight, investigate, move, 3 actions. We're done. No enemies to do anything with. Upkeep, we draw a card. We get an unexpected courage. We get a money. And now Mythos phase. So 2 out of 4. Encounter card is Raising Suspicions. Place 1 doom on the nearest enemy with no doom on it. If no doom was placed by this effect, it gains surge. Oh, man. That is unfortunate, because that's just going to cost us a turn, because there is no way that we can get down there and deal with that guy. Because we would have to come here, here, here. It would take us our full turn just to get down there, then engage. And so, yeah, we just lost a turn by it. It's effectively Ancient Evils for me right now. All right. My turn. Action 1. I'm going to investigate here using the flashlight. I'm going to exhaust the police dog. It would be a +1. So, and I am going to commit perception. So I'm a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 5. -2, I succeed. Brilliant. And because it's perception, I get to draw a card. It is Logan Hastings' ally. All right, so I get this clue. That was action 1. Action 2, we're going to do this. So investigators at a lair location can spend 2 clues as a group to look at each face-down card underneath that location. So, it is a child of blood. So 3/2/3, hunter, prey, most sealed blood tokens. And then the piercing eyes, the bloody claws, the chilling screech. This creature is no longer human. Let's just put it right there. So that was action 2. Action 3, I'm going to take shot. So I am shooting. Will be a 5 versus a 3. Yeah. 4, 5. Yeah, 5 versus a 3. 0, I succeed. That is 2 damage, so the child of blood has been defeated. Right, and that is 3 actions for me. Investigate, check the card, shoot. Okay, so enemy stays there, upkeep. We draw a card into another 1911, and we get another resource, so we're at 4. All right, Mythos phase. We doom. That is 4 doom. That is going to pop. That was a quick day, let me tell you. Let's see. We advance. The sun sets below the western horizon, plunging Arkham into darkness of night once more. If there are a total of 2 or more encounter cards beneath the locations, which there are, add 1 blood token to the chaos bag. Right. Since they haven't come out with blood tokens yet for Arbits, which is what I use, I'm going to use the frost tokens for it. So 1 blood frost token, frosty blood, in there. 1 at a time, reveal each face-down encounter card beneath a location. If the revealed card is a treachery, discard it. If it's an enemy, spawn it at the location which it was revealed. If this effect fulfills the objective on the current act, finish resolving this agenda before advancing the act. Okay. Well, let's check the unvisited isle. Was rats. Okay. If it's a treachery, discard it. If it's an enemy, spawn it at the location which was revealed. So here's the new rats. Blood Crazed Vermin. It's a 2/1/3 hunter. And the prey is the most sealed blood tokens and does a damage. But at the moment, it's stuck at the unvisited isle, and there's currently no way to get off it. Okay, so that means down here is Julia. So there is Julia Stern. So let's complete this one first. If there are no civilian enemies in play, which there are, the lead investigator draws 1 of the set-aside civilian enemies. Ready, Julia Stern. She moves once towards the nearest civilian enemy. So she moves here. Okay. Now, when Julia Stern enters play, immediately advance. Julia emerges from hiding with a blood-curdling shriek. She swipes her clawed hands with reckless abandon, glaring around with monstrous eyes, looking for her next victim. Place clues from the token pool on each revealed location without victory X up to that location's clue threshold. All right, so this is the only other this is a victory point location, so we can't do that, but we can do that. Okay. All right, so looking at Agenda 2A, the first night. The light of the full moon casts dark shadows on the streets of Arkham, creating dark corners and shrouded alleys too dim to see into clearly. The light of the street lamps doesn't seem to reach as far as it should. The sound of someone, or something, scrabbling up the walls of a nearby building sets you on edge. But you know you only have so much time to find Julia, so you steel yourself against the night. Right. Act 2A, corner the suspect. Julia Stern is on the loose, and it is clear she is no longer human. She stalks the streets of Arkham looking for victims. You'll need to work fast and slow her down to stop her from killing again. Action. Investigator at Julia Stern's location spends 1 per investigator clue as a group to place 1 resource on her as a snare. An objective after she leaves play, immediately advance. Well, the downside to that action is it doesn't say that it does not provoke attack of opportunity, and I can't deal damage to her unless she has snares on her. So, yeah, that is, I'm going to get popped for putting snares on her before I can even do damage to her. And I need to do 9 damage, which with a 1911 doing 2 per, that's 5 shots. And she's elusive, so I'm going to be doing a lot of tracking her down. So, ooh. All right. So that was just putting Doom on. Now we get our encounter cards. And we get some blood crazed vermin. So that is going to do that. Let's see here. It's a question of whether I want to burn down the warehouse or not. It cost me a blood token to do that, but it also takes a lair away from her if she runs off to another lair, which seems useful. All right, well, first things first, I gotta punch some rats. With the help of a police dog, I'm just gonna punch. I'm gonna be a 5 versus a 2. That is a -2, so I succeed, and I punch the rats to death. You know what? Sure. Second action, we're gonna add another blood token to the chaos bag. We're gonna burn the warehouse, the waterfront warehouse, to the ground. We're gonna move over here. So that was action 2. Action 3, I will investigate here using hand crank flashlight. I will be a 4 versus a 2. -1, I succeed. I get this clue. All right. Unfortunately, there is nothing I can do about this. I'm going to lose another turn on this. So now enemy phase. Hunter's Hunt. She is at her patrol location. So now Predator kicks off, does 1 damage to the waterfront civilian. So he is defeated, which puts us 1 there. Doesn't say anything. So he doesn't go out of play. If I had parlayed, he goes out of play. But since he was defeated, he just goes into the discard pile. All right, that is that. So now, since right at the moment there are no civilian enemies in play, Julia's just going to sit there. So that's good. The rat would move because it's a hunter, but it has no place to go to. It is stuck on an island right now. And it ain't swimming, thankfully. All right, so that is the enemy phase. Into upkeep. Ready up, draw a card. It is a stakeout. Very nice. And we get another resource to go up to 5. All right. Doom is at 2 of 5. And then our encounter card is Misinformation. Test. Investigate 3. For each point you fail by, either place one of your clues in your location or choose and discard 1 card from your hand. Ooh. Gotta admit, I don't like that. So I'm currently even on it. Yeah, that's worth an unexpected courage. So it gives me a +2. -2. I succeed, so don't have to get rid of a clue or any cards. Get these out of here. All right, so action 1. I'm going to move to the Irwin Bridge. One of the bridges that span the Miskatonic River in the center of the city of Arkham. Irwin Bridge sees plenty of traffic, day or night. So 1 shroud, 0 clue, and forced after you fail a fight or evade test at this location. Test evade 2. If you fail, take 1 damage. Disengage from each enemy and move to unvisited isle. Oh, so if you fail a fight or evade test here, you effectively get pushed or fall off the bridge and swim your way over to the island. Okay. All right, well, that was action 1. Action 2, I will move over to Main Street. All right, so Main Street. Main Street connects to all of the major avenues and thoroughfares on the southern banks of the river. 3 shroud, 2 clues, fast action during your turn. If there are no enemies at this location, move to a connecting location. All right, so let's get the clues on here. Okay, that was action 1. Action 2. She's engaged with me. I guess action 3, I'm going to spend my clue to put a snare on her, which means she's going to hit me for 1 and 1. And then elusive away. We'll put her there. Oops. 1 and 1, not 1 and 3. Well, that is my turn. Because I think I'm gonna just try to get clues here, then pop up and start trying to shoot her and things. So, all right, enemy phase, can't move, exhausted. Great, upkeep. She's ready's back up. I draw a card into a perception, and I get another resource to be up to 6. Mythos phase, we are at 3 of 5. We draw an encounter card. It is, oh no, a bat horror. That's going to slow us down. Elusive and Hunter 3/4/4. Well, shoot. All right, well, action 1. I shoot my gun. So we are a 5. We're 2 up. What are the tokens? Skull is -X, where X is the current agenda number, so -2. Tablet is -2. Elder Thing is -3. And then we've got 2 blood tokens in the bag. We are gonna chance it. That is a skull, so there's a -2, so I succeed. Deals 2 damage. Action 2. We will try it again. -2 again, or natural 1, so. All right, well, that was a tempo hit to us, which not ideal. All right, so we are going to fast action do this. During your turn, if there is no enemies at this location, move to a connecting location. So I will move up here, which engages you. which I'm going to shoot my 1911 one more time using the police dog and a vicious blow. So that puts me at 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 4. I am 3 up. All right. +1. Okay, so I succeed. So I do 1, 2, 3 damage to Julia. That's handy. But I have to remove one of these. And because she's elusive, she runs off and exhausts herself. So we're going to have her go back down here. Unfortunately, that is my turn. Shoot, shoot, free action move, shoot again. Okay, enemies, he can't move, exhausted, upkeep. Ready, draw a card. It is a machete. Gain a resource. We're at 7. All right, we are getting a doom, so we are at 4 of 5, witching our time. Encounter card is, hey, grasping hands. Good old grasping hands. Test evade 3 for each point you fail by. Take 1 damage. All right, well, I'm already down 1. The only evade icon I've got is my other 1911, which there is no way I am pitching that. So I think we'll be failing this one and probably taking 3 damage. Uh-oh. -1. -2. So I fail. I take 3 damage, and this gets sealed onto me. Oh, no, and that gives me a damage, too. So when I fail, you take a damage. Oh, man, that was rough. So I took 4 damage. 4 damage from that from failing that test. Oh, man. Okay, so I am at 5 out of 9 health. I got 4 health remaining, 5 sanity. That was rude. Let me tell you. Arkham. Rude. All right, well, first action. Throw down that 1911. Throw that 1911 on. So that was 3. And then do that. Okay. I don't want to go in there because I don't have any clues to do anything with her on. And I can't get those clues without attacks of opportunity, which I definitely don't want. So action 2, I'm going to come down to the river docks. The rebuilt docks reach out of the river at its widest point, playing host to boats of all shapes and sizes. Let's see here. Nope. All right. So, River Docks, 2 shroud, 1 clue. Action. Investigators at River Docks spend 3 resources as a group. You hire a captain to take you to the island. Each investigator at this location may move to the unvisited isle. For the remainder of the game, River Docks is connected to the unvisited isle. Okay, so if I spend 3 resources, I can visit the isle, which currently is inhabited by rats. So I'm not sure I really want that. All right, so that was action 1, play my gun. Action 2, move down. Action 3, I will investigate with the flashlight and police dogs. So I am a 3, 4, 5 versus a 2. That is a -1. I succeed. And I get my clue. All right, that is my turn. Enemy phase. Still can't move off the aisle. No civilians to go after, so she stays. So we're on upkeep. So I draw a card. It is an emergency cash. And we gain a resource to be back up to 5 resources. All right, Mythos phase. We add a Doom, and the Doom pops. The sun mercifully begins to rise from the eastern horizons, setting the Miskatonic ablaze with its shimmering reflection. Heal all damage from Julia Stern. For every 2 damage healed this way, rounded down, place 1 damage on the scenario reference card. What? Shuffle the top 2 cards of the encounter deck and Julia Stern together. Place these cards face down at random beneath each layer location, distributed as evenly as possible. And then one at a time, each investigator draws one of the set-aside waterfront civilian enemies until no such enemies remain. All right, so we put 1 damage on there. What a jip. I guess. I mean, she's a vampire. She's going to go heal herself, I guess. But, oh, man. Okay, so we have the back alley and the unvisited aisle. So we will... 1, 2, 1. We'll put 2 on... we'll put 1 here. I think we'll put 2 on back alley and 1 over here. Ugh. All right. And then 1 at a time, each investigator draws 1 of the set-aside waterfront civilian enemies until no such enemies remain set aside. So I have to draw all the remaining ones. Like there are 3 of them. Spawn locations. Any empty Arkham location. So 1, 2... sure, 3. And also, Julia Stern leaves play, immediately advance. If she's not in the victor's play, which she's not, Julia proves to be a difficult target to pin down. Even when you think you have her, you are surprised to find that she is quick to slip away into the shadows once more. Reset the ACK deck to ACK 1A. All right, and there is only 1 more agenda after this, so I've got 4 Doom and 5 Doom to get the clues I need to be able to snare her and then shoot her a lot. Okay. So, all right then. Well, that was Doom. We still need an encounter card. Encounter card is Blighted Blood. If there are 1 or more blood tokens are sealed on your investigator, yep. Put Blighted Blood into play in your threat area. You get -1 investigate and -1 sanity. Test will 3. If you succeed, discard it. Well, that's fun. That is going to be a while. Okay, well. My turn. So I guess let's go look at the back alley. The shadows of the alley are all-consuming, seeming to swallow the light, even in the middle of the day. So 3 Shroud, 2 Clues. Has an action. If there are no clues in the back alley and no face-down encounter cards beneath it, add 1 blood token to the Chaos bag, and you perform a ritual to cleanse the alley. Each investigator and enemy at this location moves to a connecting location. Add back alley to the victory display. So, just like the warehouse that we burned down, you can take away the location so you're not guessing, so you know it's going to be that one. All right. Well, there's really no difference going from one to the other, so we might as well investigate here. So I will investigate with a hand crank flashlight. I will use the police dog. So I am 3, 4, 5, -1. So 4 versus 3. Ooh, I don't like that. I do not like that at all. But What does his elder thing do? All right, what is it? Spend one resource or discard a firearm asset you control from play. Play a firearm asset from your hand, paying its cost. It enters play with 2 additional ammo on it. Oh no, that was an action. Oh man, I could have done that. When I replace the 1911, I'm gonna retcon and say that I did his action. I should have read his card a little closer. So the only difference is it has 2 other ammo. Is the same thing that happened. The +1 effect, or the Elder Sign effect, is +1. Place 1 ammo on an asset you control with uses ammo. Okay. So I get another bullet. Sorry about that, folks. A little bit of cheating, but didn't impact the game at all. So ultimately, though, I did succeed. So I get 1 clue. I don't want to open this location up yet. It's the bottom line. All right. I think third action, I'm going to choose to move over here. The reason being because this gives me a free action to move. So in theory, next turn, I can hopefully investigate, free move over here, investigate, get all the clues, then hopefully have enough to, hopefully she's under here, pull her out, and then start popping snares on her so I can start doing damage to her. All right. Anyway, that is my turn. Enemy phase. These guys don't move. This guy's still stuck on the island. We reset. Draw a card. Give me something with willpower icons. Oh, interesting. Restrained. So it's a fast. Place after a non-elite enemy attacks you. Automatically evade that enemy and attached restrained to it. Attached enemy cannot ready. And then forced when the round ends if the attached enemy is not humanoid. Discard restrained. So it's kind of like handcuffs. Obviously Julie is going to be elite, so that's not going to help me there, but all right. Checking something real quick here. Oh, I was actually looking at the blood tokens. I didn't take a damage for failing with a blood token, so I have 1 less damage on me. I was looking to see when they get released, but it's a card effect that'll make it get released. But yeah, I should, read the instructions more. Yep. Okay. And there can be no more than 3 total tokens sealed on any investigator, and no more than 12 blood tokens can be included in the chaos bag and sealed in the cards of the game at the time. Okay. All right. So did all that. Now we're on the Mythos phase. 1 Doom out of 4. Draw a card. It is Misinformation Test Book 3. For each point you fail by, either place one of your clues on your location or choose and discard 1 card from your hand. Ugh. Yeah, I can't take the tempo hit, so I'm going to commit a perception to this. To be, so that is 3 minus 1, 2, 2 more, so I'm at least 1 up. Ooh, 0. All right. So I succeed. I didn't really wish that I had done that, and I draw a machete off of that. Okay. Yeah. So, action 1. I'm going to play Stakeout. So, Stakeout, 2 cost. Event, investigate. I get +2 for this investigation. If I succeed, I heal a horror. So take that out. I think I'm going to hold off on the police dog until... No. Ugh. I was debating on whether do I do hand crank flashlight first, then pitch it so it gets -1 shroud, then do this to get 2, then I move over there, but action, free to move, but then I won't have enough juice to get that clue. So yeah, I'm gonna just have to chance it. Okay. So I'm a 3 -1. So I'm a 2, 3, 4 versus 3. Ugh. Do I have any other icons I can throw at this thing? Nope. That is it. Playing it fast and loose today. -4, I fail. Well, the flashlight wouldn't have helped at all with that, so that would have been too far gone. All right, action 2, I'll investigate with the hand crank flashlight, and I will do the police dog, so that is 3, 4, 5, -1, 4 versus 3. -1. Why couldn't you give me that on the last one? So, okay, succeed there. Action 3, I guess I will try it again. 3, 4, -1, 3, 3. Holy crap, I passed. Whew. All right. We got 4 clues, and then I'm going to do this fast action to move over here. So I'm done. I really wish I had any kind of... I've got 1 willpower commit in my hand. And that just doesn't seem like that's going to be enough to... That would just put me... That would put me 1 up. So I might have to try it. Okay, so let me think next turn. So if I get this clue, then I spend a clue, and I have to spend 2 clues. So I'll have 5 clues. I'll spend 2 clues, so that'll take me down to 3 clues to get there. Assuming she's there, then I will have 3 I'll have 3 snares to put on her, which would be 6 damage, and I need 9. Oof. Yeah, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, man. Can't do nothing about it. All right, anyway, doesn't matter. We are in upkeep mode. No enemies don't move, so we get a resource and draw a card. The card is... Oh, this is the right tool for the job. This is the promo alt art cards that they gave out for the chapter 2 launch. I picked those up at Gen Con. So they have 1 of each for every faction. And so for the Guardians, it is find the right tool for the job. It's go search the top 9 cards of your deck for a weapon. I've got the 1911 in my hand and both copies of Machete. Or I've got the 1911 in here, the other one in my discard pile, and both Machetes in my deck. So that card is now just a intellect pip for me. Okay, so 2 of 4. Encounter card is Grisly Compulsion. Test Willpower 2. This test gets +1 difficulty for each blood token sealed on you, so it is a will 3. If you fail, deal 2 damage to investigator or ally asset at your location. Oh man, that is gonna be rough. I'm not gonna lie here. Well, nothing to it, and I've only got the 1 will power commit, so this is ready. -2. So I was a 3. 3 versus 3, so I fail. So I take 2 damage. Oh, man. I think I've got to get rid of the police dog. Because if I take 2, that'll be 6 out of 9. And I know I'm going to take some attacks of opportunity from her. Ugh. I like police dog, though, so much. But, yeah, I'm just going to have to... Okay, so 1 is going on the police dog, which defeats it. And 1 is going on me. Okay. Don't like having to do that. Action 1. We're going to spend all 4 to get Logan Hastings out. He gives me a +1 fight, and after you defeat an enemy, exhaust him to gain a resource. Alright. I have got to try to get rid of Blighted Blood. I don't like this. I really don't like it, but we're gonna have to just try. So I'm a 3 +1, 4. 4 versus 3. Okay, 4 versus 3. Yes, 4. Is that what I got here? All right, hang on. Make sure 4 versus 3. Yep. That is the best that I have got, my friends. That is... Oh, that was a -1. Whew. I thought that was -4. There's a little bit of scratches on the capsule token, so I couldn't see it right away. All right. Okay, thank goodness. This goes away. Good. Okay. That was action 1, action 2, action 3. Let's investigate using the flashlight here. So I'm now 1 up, and let's pitch the right tool for the job. So I will be 2 up. I don't think I've got any other juice on this. Let me check. Nope. Fist. I don't know why I keep looking at my cards, thinking that somehow magically there'll be a deduction or a perception in there. Oh, +1. Okay, I'll take that. All right. All right, so it was play, test, investigate. Those are my 3 actions. All right, next turn. I think it's all going to be coming down to next turn here. All right, enemies, none of them move. Upkeep, draw a card. Oh, vicious blow. Beautiful. Okay, and we gain a resource. All right, we get 3 out of 4 on the second day, and our encounter card is Revelation. Test Will 4. If you fail, you must either lose 3 resources or 2 clues. Oh my goodness, you're kidding me. You are kidding me. I don't have 3 resources. Oh. I'm going to lose 2 clues. And then I'm going to lose 2 clues to just check this. Oh, man. Worst possible thing. Even like an enemy, I could have, it would have been a tempo hit. But, hey, look, I fail. And it's not even you put them on your location. You just lose them. They're gone. Thanks, Arkham. All right. Well, it is what it is. So I have to spend 2 clues. So I spend 2 clues. 1 at a time, draw each face down encounter card beneath your location. If you draw Julia's turn this way, place 1 resource on her as a snare. That's something at least. All right. Let's see here. First card is... Hey, it's Julia. Okay. All right, so then we immediately advance. So Julia immediately advanced. So same thing. She emerges with a shriek. Blah, 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 blah. Place clues from the token pool on each revealed location without victory X. Okay, good. So we got at least some clues back. This is a victory point location. And one clue goes up here. Okay, so now, again, for an action, which is an attack of opportunity, we can spend a clue to put a snare on her. All right. Second card is peril, so I can't talk to you about it. You either add one blood token to the chaos bag or take 2 horror. You know what? We're just going to take the horror. Well, oof. No, I can't afford to. I got to put another blood token in. And just like the frost tokens in Edge of the Earth, these stick with you scenario to scenario. So, alrighty. Well, let them fight. We are going to shoot with a vicious blow. So that puts me at 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 4. 7 versus 4. Do I want to do that now or do I want... No, because she's elusive. I was thinking I would just take the hit now to put a snare on her, but I forgot she's elusive. She'll go run away. Ooh, what's this? -2. If you fail and are at a lair location, take 1 horror. Well, I am at a lair location, but I don't fail. So, all right. So I do 3 damage to her again. And then she runs away. I'm going to do this over here just because she is... Oh, and the snare goes away. So that was action 1. Action 2, I'll come over here. And action 3, I will spend a clue to put a snare on her. Because you don't have to be engaged with her. You just have to be at her location. Okay, so fight, move, snare. All right. Yep. Is what it is. She's not ready, so her predator keyword doesn't go off. The rats are still stuck there. Let me just make sure. When the enemy phase ends, if Julia Stern is at a lair location, flip her face down. Okay, so she's not. Yep. And she's not ready, so she's not going to move. Okay, so thank goodness. All right, so enemy phase, nothing happens. Upkeep, Julia readies, comes back to me. I draw a card. Oh, good. It was time for a weakness. Arkham was being too nice to me. So aloof, spawn the farthest empty location, and when the investigator phase ends, if the nameless lurker is ready and has no doom on him, place 1 doom on him. Farthest empty location. So that is 1, 2. I mean, I guess that's there? Because I have no way to get to it? Well, but it wants empty, so I guess maybe here? 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. So they're all really 2 away except for this guy, which I have no way to go to. So, well, unfortunately, I wish it would have waited until... I wish this would have come out last turn, because all the doom's going to reset. But is what it is. Oh, got to get a resource too. Important that I get my resource. All right, so Mythos phase. We add a doom. Agenda pops. If there are 2 or more total encounter cards beneath the location, add 1 blood token to the chaos back. There is only 1, so I'm good there. 1 at a time, reveal each face down encountering card beneath it. If it's a treachery, discard it. If it's an enemy, spawn it, yada yada. Move all damage from the scenario reference card to Julia's turn. Oh, that's nice. So, unfortunately, I lost 2 damage in doing this, which would have been ideal because then she would be within reach. But, alright, let's see. Enemy or treachery? It is a treachery, so it just gets discarded. If there's no civilians, yada yada, ready her. She moves 1 towards the nearest civilian enemy. Great. Okay. Yep. All right, Agenda 4A, the final night. With every corner you turn, you expect to find another bloody victim of Julia's predatory machinations. The night is mostly quiet, but the sound of a distant scream or the scraping of claws on cobblestones are constant reminders that monsters hide in every shadow. All right, now we still have an encounter card, and it is rats. Okay. So, if I attack the rats, move up here, shoot Julia, have her run back down here. So that would be 1 free, 2, and then I could come back down here for 3. Yeah, I think that's my best bet here right now. Okay, so action 1, I'm going to punch the rats. So I am a 4-5 with Logan Hastings. 5 versus 2 seems reasonable. That is a -1. I succeed. They are defeated. I defeated an enemy, so I exhaust Logan Hastings to get myself a resource to be up to 3. Now I'm going to fast action trigger here. So that was action 1, fight. Action 2, or free action, move up. Action 2, shoot Julia. So I am a 4-5. 4-5-6. Gonna pitch this to be 7, so that should get me through most things here. Yes, because then if I hold on to the other one, then I will have that for another one. 0, cool, I succeed. I do 2 damage. We remove this snare from her. She runs off. All right, so I'm at 6 of 9. I need 2 more shots, which means I need 2 snares on her. And there are 2 clues here, so that is 2 snares. All right, I am done. The investigator phase is done. He gets a doom. Enemy phase, they all stay where they're at. Upkeep, ready. Ready to draw a card into... Oh, criminies. Loose cannon. You must either discard each firearm asset you control or lose 5 resources. Oh my goodness. Arkham, what are you doing to me? That right there might be the game. Not so much because I lost it. I still have a machete in my hand that I can pay for. But just the tempo hit. I now have to take a turn to I have to take a turn to play the machete. All right. Well, it is what it is. All right. So Doom is now 2 of 5. Draw an encounter card. Aerial Pursuit. Surge, great. The nearest non-elite enemy moves once towards your location. If it engages an investigator, it makes a new attack. Well, the nearest non-elite enemy is this guy. He moves once to my location. He's already there, but he's aloof, so he doesn't engage. So nothing happens. Okay, so it surges into Nowhere to Hide. Test Evade 4. If you fail, either discard an asset you control or choose and discard 2 cards from your hand. Well, I guess I'm going to have to... Oh, why, Arkham? Why are you doing this to me? -1, I fail. So, I only have 2 cards in my hand. I can't afford to get rid of the machete, which means I have to get rid of the hand crank flashlight. Which is going to make investigation more difficult, which again is going to impact my ability to okay. All right, so action 1. Spend 3 to get my machete down. I'm just trying to figure out what I can do now. What is the shroud here? It's a 2. All right, so nope. Does she have something? Nope. All right, so I could go down there and so 1, 2, and then the next turn I can do them. But then Julie's just going to come up here and kill that waterfront civilian, which is just going to add a doom to the thing. So it is no value for me to remove him at this point. Okay, so action 1. Action 2. She engages me. Oh, man. I don't like this, but I am going to have to... I'm going to have to... I'm going to have to take a chance. I'm going to have to take an attack of opportunity to go up to 6 and 2, which causes her to run away. We'll have her go there. So I'm investigating here. That's what I didn't say. I took an attack of opportunity to investigate here. 3 versus 3. I got no cards to commit to it. All I've got is emergency cash. Because without clues, I can't get damage on her. And I need 2 clues to be able to do attack twice. Okay, well, unfortunately I can't place a ammo counter, but I at least did get a clue. Okay, so machete, move, investigate. That's my turn. Oh, this is gonna be close. So just real quick. So I need to get the other clue. Move in here. Put a snare on her, which will take me to 7 of 9. So 1, 2, 3. Then next turn, if I succeed, 1 attack, which causes her to move again. Free move, snare. Okay. I've got a very narrow window to make this happen. We'll see. All right. Anyway, that's my turn. Enemy phase. Nobody moves anywhere. Upkeep. That's that. We draw a card. At least it can't be a weakness anymore. Oh, scene of the crime. Oh, beautiful. Okay. That is wonderful. Okay. Let's see what the encounter check does to me. So 3 out of 5. And we get enemy. Perfect. Beautiful tempo hit. Lovely. Okay, so first action. I'm going to spend 2 resources. This does not provoke attack of opportunities. I get a clue from my location. Second action. I attack the Child of Blood with my machete. So I am a 4, 5, 6 because she is the only one engaged to me. 6 versus a 3. And oh yeah, still emergency cash. So at this point, I am in hope mode. -1. That's enough. And that oh, and then I exhaust. That's right. This is new machete, not old machete. You don't always get the +1 damage. You have to exhaust. Okay. So that was action 1. Or action 1 was scene of the crime. Action 2 was attack. Free action. Move over here. Action 3. I spend a clue to place a snare on her, which is causes an attack of opportunity, which takes me to 7 and 3. So I have 2 health, 3 horror left, and then Julia Stern runs over here. So, scene of the crime, attack, free move, snare. Okay. Oh, and I get a resource from Logan. All right, that's my turn. Enemies, nobody moves anywhere. And because this guy already has a doom on him, he doesn't get more. Upkeep. Ready these guys, draw a card into Becky. Oh, and now I get Becky. And I get a resource. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get her out. So Becky, the new Becky, if you haven't seen it, it is 2 cost, comes in with 2 ammo, action, spend an ammo to fight. You get +2 and deal +1 damage for this attack. And then triggered action, when you trigger the fight ability on Becky, you can exhaust it, and the attack ignores Loof and retaliate. Unfortunately, as nice as it would be to get out, I don't have the ability to. I'm not going to have the time to do that. So, all right. So we're at 4 of 5. So can I even win? That's the question. So 3, 4 because of that guy. So next turn, encounter card. So move over. Attack. 2 action. Second action, or free action to move back here. Nope. I don't have enough. And if I let... I'm trying to think, is there any way that I can do this? No. If I could get Becky out, somehow if I could get Becky out for free, I would have been able to do it. Because I could retcon and say that she moved over here. Then action 1, come over. Action 2, put the snare on, attack of opportunity. She moves and gets out of the way. Action 3, I can shoot and kill the nameless lurker. Which takes a doom off. And then she'd be here. And then next turn I could come in, action 1, attack. Action 2, and then she'd move over. Action 2, move. Action 3, try to attack again. I am just not gonna have... I'm gonna just run out of time. Shoot. Arkham's gonna Arkham, but I need an encounter card anyway, so it may not even matter. Test Will 2, it gets +1 for each blood token, so Will 3, if you fail, deal 2 damage to an investigator or ally asset at your location. Well, I can't take the 2. So if it goes, then so what is it? 2 + 1, so I'm even. I'm not gonna waste Becky on this. Or do I? No, Becky is more valuable as a fight commit. I fail. Oh. Alright, so I have to take 2 damage from that. So Logan Hastings has got to bite it. Elder Thing, -3. If you fail and there are 1 or more blood tokens sealed on your investigator, after this test, release 1 of those tokens and take a damage. Right, well, token goes away. And so we are at 8 out of 9. All right, my turn. Action 1. Come over here. She does it. Action 2. I'm going to attack. I'm going to commit Becky. That's 2 pips. So I am a 3, or a 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 4. -1. I succeed. I will exhaust this to do 2 damage. She runs away to the back alley. So action 1, move. Action 2, attack. Fast action, move over here. Oh, and this goes away. It's not going to make any difference. I can't do any damage to her. Oh, hang on. I forgot these two were connected. Hang on a second here. All right, I'm going to rewind my self here real quick. Let's take the 2 damage off and put the clue on it. Okay, so she was over here. I forgot these are connected. No, that still won't make any difference, will it? So if I play action 1, if I play Becky, action 2, I come here, and action 3, shoot. No, doesn't matter, because she'll just go up here and chomp on that. So yep. All right, so all right, I got 1 action left. It makes absolutely no difference. I am going to try to attack with a machete, though, because why not? So I am a 5 versus a 4. I'm only 1 up anyway. -2, I would have failed anyway. Well, darn. Yeah, no. Oh. Right, so I lost 2 damage when we flipped, and then just the doom that came out cost me. Anyway, all right, investigator phase done. Enemy phase, nobody moves. Upkeep. She comes up to my place. I draw a card. It is an endurance, gain of money to be up 3. I suppose third action, I should have just, not that it made any difference, but third action, I would have spent, instead of a pointless swing, I would have spent 1 to get another snare on her. So that if I had 1 more turn. All right, Mythos phase. We add a Doom. 4 there, and 1 on the Nameless Lurker. We fail. The Miskatonic River burns with bright orange light as the sun rises in the east. The night melts away, and slowly the streets come alive again as the people of the waterfront district begin the day anew. Too much time has passed, and Julius Stern has escaped. You can only hope that Detective Reynolds has produced some results of his own investigation. R3. Urgh. That was Arkham in its purest, really, but that was just annoying. 1 damage away because of the snares and the fact that when she went into hiding, she healed 2 damage from me. If I could have had 4 damage on her before she would have healed, I would have won. Ugh. The hunt through the night is long and arduous, but Julia proves too crafty and too swift for your efforts. By the morning of the 3rd day of your search, you worry that you'll have to wait until she strikes again. For now, however, the only path forward for you is to reconnect with Detective Reynolds and get to the bottom of what caused all this bloodshed in the first place. In your campaign log, record the investigators failed to stop Julia Stearns. Curse you! Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value for each card in the victory display. All right, so let's see here. 1 victory. And then the warehouse that we burned down. So just 2 victory. Yep. All right. Each investigator earns 2 bonus experience as they are better prepared for what is to come. All right. So I'm at least a 4. Proceed to Resolution 4. Resolution 4. Back at Detective Reynolds' office, you explain what you've learned. He tells you that his leads also pointed towards the New Horizons meatpacking facility and a suspicious group that had been seen around the building, dressed in robes instead of the more standard aprons and coveralls of workers. The same place where Julia worked, Reynolds says. Seems like that place is worth a visit. Detective Reynolds joins the investigation. Choose an investigator to become the bearer of the set-aside Detective Reynolds story asset. If the investigators found a sacrificial dagger, oh man, should have tried to find that. Choose an investigator to become the bearer of the set-aside Fang of Zuboramorte story asset. Each investigator who entered the scenario with 3 blood tokens sealed on their investigators become the bearer of a set-aside the Blood Blight weakness if they are not already a bearer of it. Release... oh, excuse me. Release each sealed blood token and return it to the cast bag, and proceed to Scenario 2, New Horizons. Yeah. All right, let's go look at Detective Reynolds. Detective Reynolds, 3 cost ally, 2 willpower pips. You get +1 investigate. Reaction: after you discover 1 or more clues, exhaust Detective Reynolds, draw the top card of the encounter deck. Discover 1 clue from your location or a revealed connecting location. 3 damage, 3 horror. Interesting. The intellect bump is nice, but all right, I'm curious. I'm gonna look. Fang of Zubamorte. 3 costs, 2 fight pips, 4 uses. Action: fight. You get +3 fight for this attack. As an additional cost to activate this ability, you may spend 1 charge to reveal 2 chaos tokens for that skill test instead of 1. Resolve both tokens. This attack deals +1 damage for each blood token revealed during this test. Interesting. All right, well, that's... The +3 is nice, but otherwise it's not that spectacular. I wonder where you get that from. It's got to be the Unvisited Isle, right? Yep. So, Unvisited Isle has an ability, and and to leave, you need to spend additional action. I guess you're what, swimming to shore? Reaction: if there are no clues on the aisle, add a blood token to the chaos bag, and remember that the investigators found a sacrificial dagger. Okay. That would have been an extra victory point location. All right, well, I got 4 victory points out of the thing. Again, still kind of disappointed that I was 1 damage short on succeeding on that thing. Especially since or depending on how you want to look at it, I was one damage or 1 action away from winning the thing. But alas, that is Arkham Horror in a nutshell. Just when you think you got it, the encounter deck or the encounter deck or the chaos bag kicks you in the throat. So, all right, well, that was fun. Like I said, I did play this at Gen Con, this first scenario. It was certainly, I guess, easier on normal mode than hard mode. And I think Tommy's an interesting guy to take through here. Hopefully we don't have a ton of high shrouds, otherwise Tommy will be in some trouble. So I guess I will look to see what 4 XP will buy me, and then I will go from there. So as always, if you made it to the end of this thing, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I will be back again soon for Scenario 2, New Horizons, and we'll see how that goes for me. So I hope you all have a great night, and I will catch you again soon.